Yo guys, what's up and welcome back to r/EntitledPeople and r/EntitledParents, where an entitled person steals $11,000 from OP's mom. So without any further ado, let's dive right in. Entitled construction workers tell my mom to shut up. They did not get to finish their job because of that. This happened a few years ago, when our neighbor had their house built next to ours. So basically their lot was right next to ours and they decided to build a high wall for their 2-story house. There were no problems with the construction at first, since my mom always lends a helping hand to them, giving them water and providing shelter when it was raining. The problem began during the final stages of construction, when the workers were starting to smoothen the cement from the wall facing our side. Since the construction workers had to come into our lot, they asked my mother for permission to enter so they could access/climb the wooden scaffolding they attached to the wall and finish smoothing the cement. One day, my mother noticed that somebody was now walking on our roof. She goes outside to check and she then sees a construction worker standing. She tells him to get off our roof, which he does. But apparently the next day, he thought that my mom would be fine with it, aka walking on our roof, and did it again. This is when the exchange occurs. Characters: mom for mom, dad for dad, construction worker CW, homeowner HO, and here we go. Mom: hey, can you please not walk on the roof? CW: what? Mom: please get off our roof, it's going to be damaged.
I'm just doing my job, okay?
Yes, but do it on your scaffolding. CW:
Why don't you just shut up? Let me finish doing my job.
My mom and dad did not like that one bit. The other construction workers are stunned at this point. Mom: okay, that's it. Get off our property. CW:
What did you say?
Mom: get off our property now.
How can I do my job if I do that?
Not my problem anymore. All of you get off. You no longer have permission to enter my property. The construction workers pack up and leave, seeing how the actions of their colleague just essentially ruined the chances of them finishing to smoothen the cement. The next day, they return, and this time with the homeowner. They knock on our door and speak with my mom. HO: hey, I'm HO. I heard there was a problem here. Why won't you let them finish construction on my house? Mom: one of the construction workers was standing in our roof. When I asked him to get off, he told me to shut up. I told them all to leave and they can never enter again. HO: well, I need that wall finished. Besides, all you have is a 1-story house. Mom: so? What if we have a 1-story house? You're nothing but pobre, which means poor in Spanish. I need you to let them in so they can finish my wall. Mom: no! Slams the door in their faces. A few days pass and we don't notice them working on the house. Then one day, my dad notices a shadow on the roof. He goes outside and sees the construction workers on our roof. Dad: you get out now! Construction workers:
we were just...
Dad: now! The construction workers said that they thought no one was home, so they just climbed over the wall. Dad: if no one's home, the more you shouldn't enter, because no one is home. Leave now! They leave and the homeowner tries to tell the barangay captain, basically a town head, to tell us to allow the construction workers inside to finish, but my parents were firm. They explained that if the construction workers were simply polite and had asked properly, then it would have been fine. But they had to be rude about it, so their decision is final. The barangay captain explained to the homeowner that nothing more could be done and the side of the wall remains unfinished. The neighbors did eventually leave after a few years. Guys, if you have any more crazy entitled neighbor stories, please feel free to share them on r/ripe stories so I can read them in one of the next videos. But for now, let's move on. The next one was posted by Mecha Ghost Dragon in r/ripe stories. Entitled CO threatens to have me put in jail for carding her booze. Hey Ripe, big fan. English is my first language on a computer, yada yada yada. So this happened about 10 years ago when I was working in a convenience store, let's call it Square J, and I worked the overnight shift from 10 PM to 6 AM and lived right across the street from the store. The cast is ECO, Entitled Corrections Officer, me, the future ruler of all the marshmallow peeps, CN, cool neighbor, CND, cool neighbor's daughter, and TR, tattooed regular. With that, on with the show. So I was working my usual shift on a Friday night. There were just a few people in the store. My CN and her daughter, this one regular who had these cool sleeve tattoos, he looked like a gang member but was in fact a teacher, and the ECO. So CN and CND were in line, and the CN was buying a bottle of wine and CND was getting a soda. These were separate purchases, as CND likes to feel independent and buy her own things. Now, one thing I should say is that the store policy on buying beer or wine is that we will card the person if we don't know them or if it was their first few times in the store buying the item. So as this was my CN, I did not card her for the wine. She paid for her items and then her daughter paid for her stuff. The next person in line was the ECO. This is how the conversation went. Me, did you find everything okay? ECO,
Yes.
me, may I see your ID for the beer you are getting? ECO hands me her Department of Corrections ID. Me, looking at the ID, do you have a state-issued ID or a license? I'm sorry, but this is not an ID we can accept. ECO,
That is issued by the state and you will accept it.
me, sorry, without the correct ID, I cannot sell you the beer. ECO,
But you did not ask for the IDs of the woman and the girl in front of me?
me, that is because the woman is my neighbor and has been coming into this store for over a year, the girl is her daughter and was not buying wine. The ECO blew up and said,
If you don't accept the ID I gave you, I will have you arrested for selling wine to a minor. And you will end up in prison, and then I will have some of the inmates play with you in the yard.
At this point, the TR, who was standing by the door looking at something, said, Hey, you have no right to talk to him like that. This made the ECO even madder, and she told him that he looked like a gang member and the next time he was in prison, she would do the same to him. He told her, I'm a teacher, but I do know some people that are in prison right now and I will have them play with you if you don't leave the store right now. She huffed and puffed and then left. I told my manager the next day and both had a laugh about it. Once again, thank you very much for posting your own stories. And if you have watched until here, please post some stars in the comments to let me know that you are a loyal subscriber. EP steals $11,000 Mexican currency from my mom. Backstory: I'm Mexican and this happened some months ago. My mom used to work at a bank and was friends with everyone there. EP also worked there but was liked by no one. She constantly whined that she doesn't get paid enough, even though my mom found her smoking in the bathroom and she usually is just a pain in the butt. My mom was very nice and liked helping, so she could not resist helping when EP asked her for money so she could pay her taxes and care for her children. At the beginning, she only asked for 2,000 pesos, which was okay, but then she started asking for more and more, and when my mom tells her no, then EP starts yelling at her, which makes my mom cry. She doesn't like confrontations. This happened for some time and my mom always looked sad about it. I was so mad with that woman because she basically stole 11,000 pesos from my family, and that money was supposed to pay for my school and for remodeling our house. And by the way, 11,000 pesos is around $500 to $600 US. One day, EP just cut communications with my mom and she even quit from her job at the bank and we never saw her again. Good for my mom. Until last week. Last week, I was just with my friends at the mall. We were just going for food when I saw her. She saw me too and started approaching me. I forgot to mention that she knows who I am because I would sometimes go to work with my mom and I just cleaned her office. She arrives to where I am and legit says, EP,
Hey kid, I need more money for cigars. Could you tell your mom if she could lend me some?
I was flaming. I just said, me. Okay, alright, let me just ask what my brain thinks. Hey brain, yeah, it's this woman again. Wanna speak to her, brain? Silly brain, you cannot talk to something that does not exist. EP,
What did you?
me, you heard me, okay? I don't want to see your sorry butt near me or my family ever again. By the way, that time you cut communications with us, we threw a massive party to celebrate. We even had a piñata of your head. Amazing. That is a lie, but I'm not good at insulting. EP,
I'm gonna call the cops on you.
Me, perfect, let me tell them that you stole my money. EP,
But I didn't.
me, help, this lady is stealing my money, someone help. The next thing I saw was EP slapping me. Luckily, everyone saw that. I was kinda happy because she attacked first. Me, I'm happy you did that, now I can hit you. EP,
You wouldn't hit the woman, you idiot.
me, I yearn for true gender equality. Points to those who understand that reference. I didn't have time to hit her because she ran away. I was feeling good, I got grounded for insulting her though. I'm still confused by that, but okay. Ripe stars, if you have any stories in which you lend money to entitled people, then please share them. But now, let's move on. Entitled mom calls me an a-hole because I would not risk a $5,000 fine so her son can get drunk. I'm new here, joined so I could post this story that happened to me a few years ago while working in a bottle shop. Set the scene. Middle of summer on a Saturday afternoon in a small corner store, bottle shop. I was working the counter and it happened to be very busy. A teenage kid walks into the store wearing a football jersey and shorts. Obviously just came from football training. He browses the beer section for a few minutes before selecting a 6-pack and brings it up to the counter. Me, how you going mate? Do you have your ID on you? The kid checks his pockets but cannot find his wallet. Realizes he's still wearing his footy shorts. I think my wallet is in my other pants. 1 second, I will just go grab it. Me, no problem. Kid walks out of the shop and I go back to serving the other customers. A few minutes later, he comes back in with his mom. The kid goes to the back of the line, but the mom walks straight up to the counter and pushes in front of the person I am currently serving. The 6-pack is still sitting on the counter. Entitled mom,
Hi, my son left his wallet and ID at home, so I will just pay for it for him.
me, sorry, I cannot sell you that beer until I see his ID. Entitled mom,
No, you don't understand. I'm buying it.
yes, I understand that, but I know you're buying it for him, so I cannot sell it to you until I see his ID. At this time, Australia was having a huge crackdown on underage drinking, and I can personally cop a $5,000 fine for selling alcohol to anyone underage. Since he's on our security cameras, selecting the beer and bringing it to the counter first, I did not want to risk it. Entitled mom,
No, the beer isn't for him. It's for me. I'm drinking it.
me, I'm sorry but I don't believe that. If I suspect you're buying alcohol to supply to someone underage, I can still get into a lot of trouble if I sell it to you. Entitled mom,
My son is 19 years old.
legal age in Australia. Kid, it's okay mom, we can just go home and get it. Me, he probably is, but I don't know that. I'd need to see his ID. I'm sorry but I'm just doing my job. Entitled mom,
No, you're not. You're being an a-hole. My son completed his RSA
responsible service of alcohol.
certificate a month ago.
Me, oh he did he? Then he will be able to explain to you why what you are asking me to do is completely illegal. Probably not professional, but I was getting annoyed. EM,
You're a dickhead. I'm never coming back here again.
me, great, have a nice day. Entitled mom storms out while glaring at me. Poor kid flashes me an embarrassed, apologetic face and follows his mom out. I feel bad for him. Bonus story, I also once had a woman come into the shop and inform me that she and her family just moved into the area and that she's giving me permission to sell her 16-year-old son alcohol. I try to explain that even if he has your permission to purchase alcohol, it is still illegal for me to sell it to him. She says,
No, but it's okay because I'm giving him permission to drink.
no joke, some people are just that dumb. Thanks for reading. And that once again shows that entitled Karens think they are way above the law. I would argue the $5,000 fine would have really cleared up her mind. But anyway guys, that's the last story for today. From now on, episodes will probably be a little bit shorter because I will produce 2 episodes per day, which is needed because in August I will go to Thailand and I'm not exactly sure how easy it is over there to make these videos. But anyway, I hope you have a great day and I see you tomorrow.